It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. It's Motivation Monday. Time to get motivated to take on that week. You know what that means. We hop on our motivation and do some motivation reviews for the week to get pumped up. Let's do it. Starting off with a tweet. Always a great place or a scary place to start. You never know what you're going to get on Twitter. It says, from Lex, best advice from my dad. You believed in Santa for 8 years. You can believe in yourself for goddamn 10 seconds. Not sure how applicable that is because you were a kid when you believed in Santa Claus. So I don't know how much a 30-year-old and an 8-year-old have in common as far as belief in Santa Claus and believing in yourself. But you get the sentiment here. You can believe in yourself for 10 seconds. And let me try that again. You can believe in yourself for 10. Why do I keep saying 10? You can believe in yourself for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds, baby. After being evicted, in jail, and jobless, sounds like a rough time. After several failed attempts, after 7 months of sobriety and relapse, today I am 1 year sober. I'm guessing after a year you get a pin. I hope that is working for him. One thing I'm going to say about AA that I don't agree with though is the focus on God and religion. I wish that they could do it without bringing that into the equation, but it's working for people, so don't fix it if it's not broken. That's a saying, right? We got a motivating cartoon here. Never judge someone without knowing their whole story. Now, we've went over this many times on the Joe Show, but let's see what this week's got in store for us on this topic. Okay, there are 3 friends in the background, and that's the important part here. One says, he's so negative. And then the other, I think that's a girl, she says, he's so weird. And then the guy in the middle who looks kind of friendly has his arm around one guy, says never judge someone without knowing the whole story. And we can see the person being judged in the front. He's pulling a bunch of baggage with him, you could say, or some rocks, which say growing up without support, didn't have a family, going through a breakup as well, job loss, got fired, and had somebody whom he loved died, perhaps a friend, because he didn't have much support, so I'm guessing parents weren't really around. Maybe he was raised by an uncle. Regardless, never judge someone without knowing their whole story. Everyone's got a chip on their shoulder, which is probably why they react the way that they do or act the way that they do. Perhaps you see that person off in the corner being distant, being quiet at the party, and you're like, that person so arrogant. But in reality, they're just socially phobic and afraid to come over and join the conversation because they don't know what to put in. Or they could be an asshole and they could be arrogant. But you're not going to know unless you go over and talk to that person. So don't judge them without knowing their whole story first. Pass judgment after you find out they're an asshole. As Michael Jordan once says, don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to do what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. You can believe, remember. Let's try that again. What you believe. Oh my God. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. Michael Jordan. That's the most important part of that sentence there. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. If you believe it, you can achieve it. I hope, at least, I think you can. Just one that you definitely can. If you believe it, you're gonna achieve it. We got another motivation cartoon. Stop making your dreams. Stop spending money on things you don't need and start making your dreams come true today. Literally, the guy is putting a... Oh my God. This comic is so goofy. He's putting a dollar bill into a jar that's kind of empty that says dreams, and he's got a couple coins in it. And then on the left hand side he's got a jar full of things he doesn't need that's just full of money, and on the right side he's got a jar full of things that he cannot afford that's just full of money, but his dreams are empty. I'm actually not sure what this is trying to tell us. I mean, I guess it's trying to say put your money towards your dreams. What if your dreams are like something that you can't afford? Then isn't the dreams bucket and the things you cannot afford bucket the same thing? This cartoon has me confused. This guy needs to take all 3 of those jars and either invest in the stock market, invest in a business, or do something. Put that money to work instead of just leaving it in those buckets of useless things, whether it's dreams, things he doesn't need, or things he can't afford. Why not instead put that money to use somewhere, grow it in some way, put it to work. Don't just go and have a fancy dinner. Here's a really morbid illustration. It says, I found myself through the pain. Life does not get easier. You just get stronger. On the left side, it's me now. On the right side, it's the old me. The old me is a puppy, I guess. A pup, wolf pup that got shot with an arrow and killed. And on the left side is a big old strong wolf with like 7 arrows in its back, still trucking, bleeding all over the place. And it's looking kind of angry at the old dead me and how it was weak, I guess. That's what it's looking at. I hope it's not looking at its baby and is like, you were weak. You deserve to die. I don't know. Regardless, I get what they're saying here. Be the wolf with 7 arrows in its back. Keep on pushing through. Get stronger. Learn from your past and keep on going. Be the badass wolf you are. Ooh, coding life. Now this is going to speak to me because I used to be a full stack developer at one point. Let's see what coding life has going on here. First panel is a guy that has an error and he's looking at his screen and he says, I hate this job. And then on the next one, it says, I hate my life, because he's still got an error going on. And the third panel, it goes, why is this happening to me? Before we get to the last panel, I'm going to explain that when you're coding, 95% of coding is bug fixing. Once you've actually written the program down or you've typed everything out, you got your function, you got your classes, you got everything set up, and you're always going to get an error. And when you fix that error, you get this feeling that I cannot describe to you, but it is absolutely incredible. There's nothing like it. Fixing that bug that has been beating you up for 3 days, just like this guy. Hates his job, hates his life. Why is this happening to me? Last panel says, never mind, misspell the variable. Boom, you figured out that bug. You feel so incredible. You hit run, the program runs, and then you get a new error and you start that cycle all over again. But for that fleeting moment, you felt so good, and I think we're all chasing that dragon here with the Motivation Monday. We're just chasing that feeling, that moment where we go, and then we start all over again next week, next Monday, whenever it is. So we just got to keep on debugging our week, getting that momentary hit of aha, of epiphany, of whatever you want to call it. Enjoy it while it's there, and then move on to keep debugging your life. Now we have something that I always like to see because it puts things in perspective. In Silicon Valley, where I came from, there's a lot of age worship that happens where we idolize a young founder, and they have to be in their mid-20s and they have to achieve this ridiculous multi-million-dollar success of a company, exiting to some large firm, making millions of dollars. Even in Hollywood, we idolize these young actors that hit it big when they are just children or in their early 20s. We have this thing, especially in America, with this like youth worship. And so people who reach their 30s and haven't achieved their goals yet feel like losers, feel like they haven't made it. I suffer from this sometimes where I'm like, why hasn't my career taken off in the way that I wanted it to, or that I see some of my peers doing? So we got here for anyone who feels like it's, quote, too late to work towards your dreams. Julia Child, famous as a TV chef, was in her 50s when her cooking show first aired. She had an incredible multi-decade career, passing away only 2 days before her 92nd birthday. Amazing woman, amazing career, even in her 50s, reinventing herself or finally achieving what she wanted to. You could also look at Stan Lee, who created Marvel pretty much in the Marvel universe. He didn't first invent Spider-Man, who I think was his first hero, until he was like 45, 46 years old. And still after that, it took decades until Marvel even became as popular as it did before Disney finally bought it and created the Marvel Cinematic Universe and really spread the good vibes of Marvel all over the world, all thanks to Stan Lee. He didn't even start until he was in his mid-40s. So you sitting there in your mid-30s, in your early 20s, wherever you're at, you've still got time. You might be Julia Child, you might be Stan Lee. It might come later in life. Try to enjoy where you're at and not focus so much on your success now. I'm not the one to tell you this because I'm so bad at it myself. I'm so bad at it, but I'm trying my best to change and to be better about it. So if I can do it, you can do it, we can do it together. And on that note, as you know here, we end on videos for Motivation Monday, and I got another age-related motivation topic here. So let's find out what's happening in this Age Doesn't Matter video. We got an old man. Looks like he's sprinting, or it's actually a race of old men. Oh! I wonder how old this guy is. Oh, he's going. This is what I feel like lately, though. I got pulled my leg muscle, and I can barely run. I feel like this guy when I'm running. Look at him go, though. Trucking. Everyone cheered him on. I wonder if this is his first race. Come on! Come on! Did it! Oh, this guy is so cute. Oh, and then he bows. Oh, so Japanese, though. So respectful. Thank you for supporting me, is what he was saying with that bow, for sure. So cute. I wonder how old this guy is, though. Clearly, they don't tell us his age. He's got to be in his late 90s, I'd guess. Maybe even 100. But still, entering maybe his first marathon, maybe his last marathon. Who knows? What an uplifting video. Like, let's be honest, that was super uplifting. And you know what? We need more uplifting content because the news in the world right now is filled with such shit. And we all just sit around and deal with it. And it sucks. We need more of this motivating content. And I wish that people would care more about this uplifting crap than about all the other nonsense that we have to deal with every single day with politics and with diseases and with death and destruction. The world could really use a 100-year-old Japanese man running a marathon. That's been today's Joe Show. Hope you got motivated for this Monday. We'll see you next week here on the Joe Show for some more motivation, meme reviews, whatever you want to call it. We're just calling it Motivation Monday. Hope you have a good week. If you like my show, hit that subscribe button and mash that bell to get a notification every time I upload a new video. I hope to see you then. I hope to grow this channel with you. Here's some motivation. We'll see you next time. I love you.